Hi everyone, Colin here. Welcome back to another aquarium video where we're going to ask, is Seachem's Denitrate the biggest scam in the aquarium hobby? I've joined together with Gil from GV Aquariums Australia, and the two of us are both going to be trialling and testing Seachem's Denitrate on our planted community aquariums, because we want to know if we can get bacteria to do some of that water cleaning for us to reduce the amount of water that we change in our tanks, because here in Australia water is pretty hard to come by sometimes. So if Seachem's Denitrate does what it says, it's going to be fantastic for us, and also very good for anyone else who has an aquarium at home. To see Gil's update video, there's a link down below. Whether you're just starting out in the aquarium hobby or if you're a veteran of many years, there is a product for just about everything for your hobby, from fixing problems to making your aquarium even better. If your fish are not colourful enough, there's a food you can feed them that's going to make their colours more intense and bring out the reds and colours and make them really shine. At least that's what the food says it will do, and to what degree it does is in the eyes of the beholder. So maybe you'll be happy with it, and maybe you'll not see a difference. The only way you'll know is to try it and see how it goes. If you're leaving your aquarium to go on holidays, there's a food for that as well. If your aquarium water is not as clean and clear as you want it to be, there are things to remove the excessive amounts of phosphate, nitrate, ammonia. There's a product for just about everything. If the fish are unwell, there's a medicine for pretty much every different kind of ailment they could possibly have. And let's not forget algae, there's something to kill that as well. So as you buy your plants, as you buy your fish, and you assemble your aquarium to get it just the way you want it to look, whether these products do the things they claim to do will be dependent on the results that you get having tried them. Would you get the same results by not using these products? Would you get different results by trying a different product or different amounts? Sometimes it's very hard to judge and really know if what you're doing is what the tank really needs. Which brings us back to the Seachem Denitrate. I do know I want to get my nitrate levels in my aquarium down. When I test the water, it's very hard to get the level of nitrate below 40 milligrams per litre, which is sort of on the threshold where you don't want it to go much higher. So look, I'm giving it a try, and both Gil and I are going to see what results we get. First of all, I've bought a 500 gram size of Denitrate. This should treat up to 200 litres of water, and my tank is about 140, so that should easily cover it. Let's see how that goes. Now the first thing I did was create a planter basket which I'd put some Seachem's Denitrate into as a growing media, because I have all this Java Fern Windelov that is just taking over my tank, and I was looking for somewhere else I could possibly grow it, and I thought, well, why not try and kill two birds with one stone? Get some Denitrate submersed in the water in this floating plant tray and try and grow some more crested Windelov Java Fern at the same time. Now I am aware that that's not the way that Seachem recommend this media be used to reduce nitrate. They do suggest it goes inside a very slow moving canister or box filter for water to actually pass across it. So being submersed in this planter tray is very static, the water is not really flowing over it, so I realise it's not the best test of the Denitrate, but I thought let's just see what happens anyway and go from there. When you buy Denitrate, on the back of the container is a list of instructions and information which does say that you can get nitrates begin lowering within days. Now after 1 month of having this tray where the plants are growing really well, very happy with that, I can say that having tested the water, the nitrate level did not seem to move. So great plant growth, but water nitrate levels unchanged. Now because I don't find the price of the Denitrate to be particularly expensive, I have bought some more. I've bought an even larger size of 1000 grams or a litre's capacity, and that is going to treat a lot more water. So now I'm going to have 1.5 litres capacity of denitrate in the system of my aquarium. Now the ½ litre is still in the plant tray, but the big 1 litre is going to go in one of my 2 canister filters. In this tank I have 2 Eheim Classic filters. One is a 2215, the larger one, that is just doing the water, just for the filtration for the fish, and the second one is a 2213, and that is actually powering my reverse flow undergravel filter. And I've turned the double tap valve so it's reduced the flow down to a slower flow rate. The larger filter has got the higher flow rate return, and that is going straight back into the tank via this outlet here, and that is also giving me good surface circulation. This is the return on the smaller one, which has got the reduced flow rate, and this flow rate is slow enough that I'm really hoping I'm going to see some anoxic conditions in that filter, and that's going to stimulate those anaerobic bacteria to grow and form in denitrate and do the degassing of the nitrogen in the system. So hopefully this will give us much better results than to tray on its own. I've continued doing my normal routine of once a week 20% water changes, and it's been 8 weeks later, so let's see what we get in the nitrate testing. These combination test strips are a very easy way to test your water to get some guide results to see what your water is doing. Now this is going to test 5 different parts of the water at the same time. Dip for 1 second and then leave the strip for 60 seconds, and in that time the nitrate reading on the strip is going to change. So we look at the colour, that's the pink one on the end, at the end of 60 seconds, and that colour is going to be an approximation of the level of milligrams per litre of nitrate in the water. And you're going to see that the colours are not always super easy to work out, but I've not got any change on the 40 milligrams per litre, and it's been a good 2.5 months now I've been using the denitrate on this tank. So is denitrate a scam? Well, if you read the instructions and get towards the very end, it does say you need your aquarium to be at 20 milligrams per litre of nitrates for this then to become noticeably effective, and that's not where my tank is. So I'm going to do some series of water changes, get it down to that level, and then we'll see what happens next. In the meanwhile, the tank is healthy, the water's very clear, the fish are doing well, the plants are doing well, so I'm not unhappy with how the tank is, and that's the important part. So tell us your experiences with products like denitrate. Have you ever tried it? And down in the comments, let us know what you think. Meanwhile, let's watch another aquarium video coming up. I wonder how Gil went with his update.